everyone, my name is Jessica Dantas, and today I will talk about my course project where I will discuss some patterns that I found relate to gender stereotypes, like genders that tells that how women should be or should play a role as well as a man should be in society. Um, I found most of my um, information on the version of the women's magazine, the one that we can find at Canvas, the Professor T uploaded for us, the digital version of Housekeeping magazine. And I also did that from this men's magazine where I collect most of actually all my data from that. And as Men's Health magazine, the digital version as well. This is my paddle, the online version for board for the presentation. And some parts that I found interesting um, from my data set are the colors, the love thing, a hard thing, and also the housework or housewife. That's for Women's Magazine. Most of my data that I collect on Women's Magazine, I got, pardon me, this is men. Yeah, I got the color as one of major influence. 40% of my data set had the influence of color, or red, or pink, or purple. Um, those colors describe women as her gender. For example, uh, purple. If I'm wearing right now purple, you'd assume that's a girl's color, for example. Um, I pick the thing because color is very powerful. Not only associated with a brand, but also with how society attacks us related to gender. And for example, if we see a black bottle in the alcohol section with some red highlight on it, we might think, oh, that's not for women, because we would assume that black and alcohol are things relate to men, something that men would consume. So I also found the floral theme on my data. Most of the advertisement, it has or a flower shape or a pink color on it. Like this one for ivory, it has the lavender flower, and that also would be associated with femininity by the gentleness that those scent would bring. The colors like red and pink also associate with how women seen as charm, like relate to romance for the red, the kindness, like for the pink color. We could see things like that. Another interesting thing that I found in most of my women data is the feminine touch. 60% of my data was relate to feminine touch. For example, this picture, we can see she's touching very gentle with her hands, the flowers. And that's a government theme that I learned for chapter 9. It also has a floral theme in the back, and she's wearing pink. So it's like a combination of things. Um, Another data that it has gentle touch. Um, this one, for example, it also helps that her hands touching very gentle the hand of a man, and she's looking not straight to him. It's like she's lies if you draw, paying attention to the world around her. That's also another thing, lost lies and withdrawal. She's also not wearing anything like a bra. She's showing her shoulders, like showing her availability, like women as object of design in this photo. Um, and also we can see the thing of purple on this picture. So it has all those combinations. So I try to put some things that are combined on my data, and I organize them for the main totals and some points that also I could find, or some other things or ideas or uh, uh, stereotypes that I found on those advertisements. For example, um, that women enjoy to be at home working cleaning, like for the advertisements from 1940s where women would be at home cleaning, like cooking for her family, make a delicious meal. um, she also would be like caring and loving, like this photo here. It's not a child, but it's a cat, and she's being very delicate as well with her gentle touch, the feminine touch. Another Gaffimis theme, also the purple color in the back, um, and the way she's hiding her emotions well. Um, Another thing that we can find in women's magazine that I perceive as a stereotype, it was like the love thing, the heart thing. I can find as well the jewelry, like, oh, buy this jewelry. It's a way of you seeing, receiving love. It has the word, if you love jewelries, you will love us. Um, as well, food with shape of heart, um, Dove, like hygiene products in the shape of love, giving the idea that women is like kind, uh, women love people, love to do things, they are nurturing. Um, I also found interesting this ad where it shows two little girls playing inside the house instead of being playing outside. Most of things related to men or boys, they are doing outside activity. In this case, they are inside. And also, they have some flowers in the yard, showing femininity. They are also wearing pink and lavender, also give the gender, like the girls color. um, the housework or wife is another thing very interesting for my data. um, it's also 46%. I got the combination of the housewife thing that I found on those ads combined with the cleaning products, or combined with not apply human in the advertisement for women's magazines. It was 56% of my data. Also, the major categorization of a model in the advertisement were 70%, where is the measure of how women seen in those advertisements, like small, thin, delicate. Um, let me go back. And this one I could see the floral in the back, the rose in the bottle, the pink relate to femininity, the feminine touch, the way she was touching the towel, also got feminine theme. We also can see things like just laundry machines, where assumes that women like should do laundry, that she would rather buy a laundry machine than a car, because most of things selling in the men's magazines were cars or perfume, things related to sneakers or shoes. And for women would be products like relate to cleaning, relate to keeping the house safe, sanitizer for 24 hours, also showing the care of like for the family, for the house. It's a strong theme that supports the women like to be at home and be cooking. This one also called me attention, like turn what you have into something delicious. Like gives me idea that women are supposed to be cooking and also be desirable, delicious, relate to desirable, like something that men would desire to have both a meal and wonderful women. Um, I also picked the women as an object of desire, or comparing to the men's data, I put the objectification of the women scene. And also in the women's magazine, it has that in women, it's portrayed in both magazines, women and men's magazine, as object. So here we can see that she's looking, out of the camera, that she's staring to somebody else, or maybe in a distance. That's the license withdrawal thing from Goffman. It also has the purple color in it, and the way the mouth open, showing that she's available as well, the availability of the women. Let's see, another good point that I found. The purple, it's a color that we can see a lot in most of the women's advertisement, like cleaning product, like this one, purple. We would assume that's something that women would buy to clean the house, not a man color and the product in general. Okay, for men's magazine, most, actually 100% of my theme, it was something related to wild, nature outdoor activity or even adventure thing. So that was the major thing that I found. It's always something related to one of those four things. Also, the color plays a really strong role, like 80% of my data that was the colors that most influence or are seen as masculinity are gray, black, and blue. Um, for example, uh, this photo here of the men's suit, he's showing a figure of how serious he is. It has the gray that shows like how calm he is. The suit shows that he has a higher position, that he's powerful. Uh, Also, his suit has a black color, a bold color. It is associated with strength and masculinity. Um, Coming back for the thing of nature and outdoor, most of my data shows that something in the back is related to nature, like this one has the lawn, the trees. It also has the power of the colors here, like the black, the light gray, the light gray. Um, he also has the sport thing. He's holding um, football ball. This one, the boys are playing outside, gives the idea the boys will be boys. It seems to me that they are wrestling, they're fighting, and that might convey the idea or a stereotype of being brutal. It brings me to how be boys will be boys will lead to a future toxic masculinity. Um, it also shows the color like blue and gray as an influencing relate to masculinity. They are also in the outdoors. They are playing the nature. Um, Also, the sport again relate to being outside. Um, the color blue in the bottle. Uh, the sport theme and this all combine to describing men. Men should be strong, be active at playing outside, being um, being competitive, sometimes brutal. Like in this picture, you can see his mouth open, like he's very competitive. Um, this one is a ad from Jeep where it says the promise of adventure. It brings me the idea that men should be go out to be success. And if he's at home, he's not gonna accomplish that because staying home is a women's thing. I also noticed that uh, most of the products comparing from women's are cars, and it has the nature that to cause attention, to be out, to be um, available to do something very dangerous or something tough or something that will show that he's man, like manly enough. Um, Another thing is how men need to show how manly they are with their muscles. And also another thing I got from muscles sport in the wild is Goffin's relative side theme, where it shows how big the muscle is, how powerful the man is seen in society. Another thing that caught my attention, it's like he also has the tattoo of the wild here, showing like his like predator instincts on it. It calls my attention for that. It calls like the man in the wild. Um, this one, for example, big date go from a bear to bear, get you a get you edge. So I also has the color theme in the bottle for masculinity. Also shows that masculinity can be obtained from grooming and cleansing. And the wild bear brings the idea of toxic masculinity by the Amin figure being as strong, as wild, aggressive, violent. That's something dangerous because the stereotype might create an image that means like that out in the world and impose domination as well. Um, Another thing that caught my attention was the visualization of power in the men's magazine, where shows women as object of desire. For example, this picture, she's with her hands on top and the legs open, and right in the back, it has a man looking at her. It shows like the domination, the way he was designing her, and the way she's doing this gave me the idea that she was being ready to be raped or be abused or be, object of dominance of the man. So there was a strong image for me when I saw the advertisement. Um, Another one that I found is uses women in the men's magazine to show the license withdrawal. The one that she's looking away in the distance. It also conveys the idea that she's available for the man or she's a trophy. Her mouth is open, she's sexy, and it also has the nature in the back. And also shows a lot implication with men's body and how muscles are important, like how strong and muscular, how manly they are, and I also got that from governance theme. Um, this one, it's a blue theme describing masculinity. Uh, like I said before, from women's and men's comparison, both of them it has most of the percentage of color influence. For men's are the second data. For women, it was the first, and the size as well. But for men, the first one was the nature, the wired thing, and the sport things combined with the muscle thing. So coming back to the blue thing, the black and the gray, we can see this combination. This boy, he's wearing blue shirt, and also he's playing pretend to be in a construction site, and that conveys the idea that he's assumed a main role for his future, like a main predominance uh, role in society. That men should be in construction, they should work with things that are heavy, drive tractors, for example. That's a typical male area. Um, and also shows a lot how men are interacting with strength, endurance. He also shows a lot of physicality, having hard hobs, showing how mean he is doing that, like ice hockey, for example, in an ad for a car from Ford. In conclusion, advertisement tells us stories. Most of them are not real stories about masculinity, femininity, and the roles that play on us. How boys, girls, men, women should play a role, should be. Um, and that's my presentation. Thank you for watching till here. And if you have questions, please let in the comments from our discussion post. Thank you.